Hey guys, this is Indu here. Hope all are fine at home. I'm so glad to share my teaching videos in this YouTube channel, and I'm sure that this particular video is gonna help for all class 10 students who are vigorously preparing for board examination in this pandemic situation. So before we go in for video, please do not forget to subscribe my channel and hit the bell icon so that every single time I upload the video, you will be getting the notifications. Kindly watch the video till the end because I have included some of the important board examination questions for practice. Our today's session is going to be on Class 10 Cbse Civics Chapter 1 Power Sharing, and this is going to be the explanatory video of the chapter Power Sharing. Let's quickly go into the session. To begin with, ethnic composition of Belgium. So Belgium, a small European country, has Dutch, French and German speaking population, out of which 59% of the total population of the country live in the Flemish region and speak Dutch. 40% of the people live in the Wallonia region and speak French. Remaining 1% speaks German. But in the capital, Brussels, about 80% of the people speak French, while the remaining 20% speak Dutch. It is a contradiction to the country's scenario. In the country, the majority speaks Dutch, whereas in the capital, the majority speaks French. So this is the controversial ideology which is going on in Belgium. So this is all about ethnic composition of Belgium. Ethnic composition of Sri Lanka. There are two major social groups in Sri Lanka: Sri Lankan Tamils and Indian Tamils. So Sinhala speaking people are 74% and they are Buddhist basically. And Tamil speaking people are 18% and they are Hindus or Muslims. Sri Lankan Tamils are 13% and Indian Tamils of 5% out of that 18%. Apart from that, we have 7% of Christians live in Sri Lanka. Students, the most important topic of this particular lesson is the majoritarianism in Sri Lanka. Have you ever thought why are we learning in this particular chapter only about two different countries? All over the world, we have different countries, but we're learning only two set of countries in this particular chapter. Why? Because one is the positive sides of power sharing. Another one is a negative side of power sharing. Positive side, you can take Belgium as an example, and negative side, you can take Sri Lanka as an example. So now we're going to see majoritarianism, which is going to be a very important question for both. So majoritarianism in Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka emerged as an independent country in 1948. The democratically elected government adopted a series of measures to establish Sinhala's supremacy. In 1956, an act was passed to make Sinhala the official language. The government followed preferential policies favoring Sinhala applicants for the university positions and government jobs. The constitution provided for state production and fostering of Buddhism. So with this, we come to a conclusion that in Sri Lanka, they just followed the majoritarianism policy. They favored only the Sinhala applicant. They are least bothered about other religious people or other minor groups who live in Sri Lanka, which is a real-time hindrance for other people to move on with their basic lives. So this led to the civil war in Sri Lanka. Factors led to civil war. Measures taken in majoritarianism gradually increased the feeling of alienation among Sri Lankan Tamils. They felt that the constitution and the government policies denied them equal political rights, discriminated against them in getting jobs and other opportunities, and ignored their interest. As a result, the relations between Sinhalas and Tamil communities got strained over time. The Sri Lankan Tamils launched parties and struggles for the recognition of Tamil as an official language, regional autonomy, and equality of opportunity in getting education and jobs. By the 1980s, several political organizations were formed demanding an independent Tamil Eelam in northern and eastern part of Sri Lanka. The distrust between the two communities turned into widespread conflict. It soon turned into a civil war. As a result, thousands and thousands of people and both the communities were killed literally. Accommodation in Belgium. Belgium sets a very good example of good form of power sharing all over the world. Why? Because like any other country, Belgium also has got different ethnic group lives there. They have Dutch speaking, they have French speaking, they have German speaking people. In spite of that, they could able to put everyone into single roof without having any chaotic situation or not having any sort of communal violence. So there they form the very good set of power sharing. Belgian constitution was amended for 4 times between 1970 and 1993. This is important 1 mark question for board examination students, and for 5 mark question they will be asking about the major elements of Belgian model. So the major elements of the Belgian model are: the constitution prescribes that the number of Dutch and French speaking ministers shall be equal in the central government. No single community can take decisions unilaterally. The state governments are not subordinate to the central government so that they can work individually. Brussels, the capital, has a separate government where both the communities have equal representations. Apart from these, they have something called third kind of government. Community government is elected by the people belonging to one language community, Dutch, French and German speaking, no matter where they live. This government can decide on cultural, educational and language related issues. And students, we have come to the important phase of this video. So far whichever we have completed, I've given a few set of questions, important board questions. So I'm just going to read out one by one. First, describe the geographical and ethnic composition of Belgium. Second question, what was the cause of tension between Dutch-speaking and French-speaking communities during 1950s and 1960s? 3. Describe the geographical and ethnic composition of Sri Lanka. Question number 4. What were the reasons for alienation of Sri Lankan Tamils? What were its effects? Question number 5. What are some of the basic elements of Belgian model of power sharing? Hope these 5 questions will help you out for fetching more marks in your board examination. So all the best students who are preparing for class 10 board examination, do well. Bye bye. Don't forget to subscribe my channel, like and share it. Okay, bye bye. Take care.